Let's talk about nutrition, a little bit of basics and how it all works in our body. What would cause weight gain? So for example, too many calories, perhaps wrong type of calories, lack of activity, or maybe hormonal imbalance. So let's break this down. So we have 3 meals, our major meals: breakfast, lunch, and the dinner. And then we might have a little bit of hunger during the day, so we have a choice if we take some snack or we keep hungry, or whatever it is that is available for us. But many people would aim for the sweets as that snack, and this is the time where we mess up our insulin a bit, because when we are hungry we burn fat, when we're fat we store fat. And again, if we have sugars, we're gonna stop burning fat immediately, because the sugars are urgent. They will spike the insulin immediately and they have to be taken care of. It is different to have 500 calories from salads or avocado smoothie versus the Big Mac, French fries, and those things that cause inflammation, because some of these plant-based oils are used for the whole day in those takeaways, and they will get rancid, they will get damaged, and that will cause inflammation, and inflammation as well is responsible for weight gain. Now, lack of activity could be another one, because if we are not able to spend, let's say, 2000 calories in a day, then we need less food, or we need to move more. So we need to balance things out. So on the one side, we are going to train more, and also we're gonna eat less. So we're gonna see faster results. Hormonal imbalance could be also another reasons why we gain weight. Prescription drugs for allergies, anti-conception drugs, high pressure pills, and so on. They all could be part of it. So we're looking for harmonizing through the diet. So what is nutrition actually? It is a process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. It is a nourishment. So nutrition. We're looking for the fuel that gives us energy, helps us grow, nourish us. Keep in mind, your body doesn't need sweets, doesn't need soda drink. It needs water, it needs essential nutrients such as vitamins, minerals. Also, it needs essential amino acids, and it needs essential fatty acids. There are no essential sugars, by the way. We can convert them from anything, from fats or proteins. So where do we fail mostly? Well, it would possibly be different to different people, but many times I believe it is choosing the wrong types of foods. Perhaps we've been growing up in a family that has certain habits, and it somehow stick with us for very, very long time. Perhaps we pass this to our kids as well. Eating to cover boredom, it could be one of those, or emotional eating. We just don't know why we eat. We feel like it's comforting and it feels good to eat. We don't even realize we are eating that extra 1,000 or 2,000 extra calories. And that's really the snowball rolling down the hill. What do you need to know now? You need to know that to keep it simple is possibly the best way to go. Do small changes at a time and keep them moving forward. What would your grandparents eat? A few generations back, there was not so much processing. Most of the foods would be quite natural. What people grew in the garden, what was on the trees, meat, eggs, those would be major foods. And obviously we changed it a lot with food industry being way more processed and way more artificial. The company is looking for longer shelf life. And remember, the longer the shelf life, shorter yours. Now, you need to know as well to go easy on carbohydrates, because carbohydrates, sugars, simple sugars or complex sugars are the main reasons for weight gain. Also, you need to know to keep up higher protein intake, because you're gonna be exercising and your muscles will be growing, recovering faster. Don't worry about getting too much muscles, because they're easy to lose, easy to burn them out in too many cardio sessions. So eating higher protein diet, training for muscle building, don't worry, building muscles is extremely slow. They will anyway help you to speed up the metabolic rate and get faster weight loss, and also to keep that weight off for life. So what is protein? Protein breaks down to peptidic chains, and those break down to even more simple, more elementary particles, which are amino acids. They are building blocks. They aid in recovery, and they have a role in almost all biological processes. They're giving cells their structure, their building blocks. What are good protein sources? Well, for example, Greek-style yogurt, cottage cheese, Swiss cheese, eggs, milk, whey protein, steaks, ground beef, and way more. Fish, for example, seeds and nuts, and nearly every vegetable has some amino acids in it as well. But these will be the major ones to give you bigger amounts of protein. What are the fats? These are essential fatty acids, particularly omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, managing inflammations in the body. They also provide energy for your body, and this is the slow type of energy, and also they help with the hormones, with their productions, and also to carry and absorb the fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K. Typical fat sources are avocados, cheese, dark chocolate, whole eggs, fatty fish, nuts, chia seeds, extra virgin olive oil, for example, butter. Carbohydrates. We know simple, we know complex carbohydrates. Simple digest way faster than the complex carbohydrates. So we have oligosaccharides and we have polysaccharides. Simple carbohydrates, that's sugar, could be fruit. Complex carbohydrate, that could be grains, whole grains, could be flours. Now the main function of carbohydrates, it is to provide energy and also to regulate blood glucose. Your brain runs on glucose mainly. It is a main fuel for our body. It's simple for body to generate, but it has to have a certain level that is crucial. If you have too much sugar or too little sugar, we have serious problems. On the one side, there will be diabetes. Carbohydrates helps you to spare the use of proteins for energy. That also applies to our program, because once we're gonna increase the cardio sessions, we're gonna decrease the calories, particularly from carbohydrates. There's a risk that we're gonna burn out the muscles. We're gonna use extra protein to prevent muscle breakdown. So they have some kind of interrelationship. If you cannot get carbohydrates to the muscles, muscle burn itself its own amino acids for fuel. Carbohydrates helps you to break down fatty acids and preventing ketosis. Carbohydrates also are flavoring our foods and sweetening our foods, and sweet food can feel good, but the most natural sweet food will be the fruit. And also carbohydrates deliver the dietary fiber that we need for our digestion. Good carbohydrates, fruits and whole grains. The bad carbohydrates, candies, pastries, desserts, white chocolate, sodas, white flour, this is all on our no-no list. Remember that this is not food, these are drugs. They make you addicted on sugar. Are they all bad? No. Actually, after the strenuous gym workout or cardio session, simple sugars, even that chocolate, anything that has fast sugars like glucose or fructose would be quite quickly used after the workout. But when do normally people take these sugars? When they're in work, in their office, they're bored, they're sitting, and then when they take this sugar, it's just sitting there and turning into the fat. So the timing will be everything, because if you have that all around the workouts, it will help you to recover the muscles, it will stop muscle breakdown. And also the very important factor will be amount of these sugars, and also how often. Summary: right amount, right timing, right combinations, and the nutrition can create completely new body. Proteins build the cells, and fats are a slow fuel source that regulates inflammation. Carbohydrates fuel the body, and also excess converts into the fat.